Welcome back, folks. I'm Jake Ellenbogen. Today, we're going to be talking about some updates for the Rams going into Week 12 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Before we dive into it, though, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoy this at any point. Also, be sure to check out today's sponsor, BetUS. You can get a 150% bonus match on your first deposit using code YouTube150 and 125% on your next two deposits. Be sure, as always, to bet responsibly. And before we get into this, I have some news. If you guys are in the LA area and you are going to the SoFi Stadium, the game at SoFi Stadium on Sunday, I am going to be doing a little meet and greet. I'm going to be stationed, if you will, from, I believe, noon to 5, I want to say. I'm going to be stationed there throughout the tailgate and everything. RWO. So come on over to RWO, Rams World Order. I will be there. I want to meet every single one of you that I can. So definitely be sure to come over there. As far as the live streams after the game, really have no idea how that's going to go down. I don't know if I'll just go live on my phone, wait to get back to the hotel. I'm not really sure, but there will be a live stream. So don't worry. I'm not going to blow that off. I definitely want to do a live stream. So that will happen. Okay, so update here for the Rams. First off, KT Leveston, welcome back. He never actually played a preseason game. So I guess just welcome. KT Leveston, who was a 7th round pick. He was a full participant. He was activated in the practicing window was activated, so he's able to practice. I don't know if he's going to play. He wouldn't start, obviously, but it'd be nice to have that depth. He can play guard. He can play tackle. It would be very nice to have that depth. He was a full participant on Wednesday's practice. Charles Woods, the cornerback, UDFA, ankle injury, did not practice. Rob Havenstein did not practice with an ankle as well. However, Sean McVay is feeling somewhat optimistic, labeled him as day-to-day. Kobe Durant was a limited participant with a thigh issue. Joe Nopum was a limited participant with the ankle. And Neville Gallimore was a limited participant with his neck injury. So good stuff there. They've been without Gallimore. Understand this, when these guys are missing games and they're not on IR, you are essentially down on your 53-man roster. You can obviously designate him as, not playing, right? He can be inactive. And yes, like that happens. You can't have all 53 guys active on game day, but it does take away a slot for another player to fill in that role. So that is something to keep in mind. I don't think they're out on Gallimore here. They've let him kind of work his way back from this injury. They do like him, and I kind of like him for the rotation. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how Kobe Durant checks out. If Kobe Durant wasn't able to go, it would be Akella Witherspoon full-time at corner instead of, kind of splitting the time with Durant. Joe Nopum, I don't think is going to start at all. If he's able to go, he's a backup. I don't think he gets the nod over Warren McClendon Jr. He definitely wouldn't get it over Rob Havenstein if Havenstein can go. We'll see on Woods. Woods is a special team contributor. They really like him. We'll see if he can go. And then Rob Havenstein, I think he is going to go. I really do. This is kind of... I think people are starting to realize, you see a lot of Rams fans talking about going to this game and just the hype around this game. This is a massive game. You might as well just call this a playoff level game. I mean, you're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles. They only have 2 losses on the season. The Rams have to pretty much win for the most part, like the rest of the year. I mean, they can really only lose 2 games. And that's not even a guarantee to get them into the big dance. So, I do think that just the team that they're playing, obviously that organization, they've had a lot of history against the Rams recently in the Sean McVay era. So I think there's a lot of hype behind this. It's a Sunday night football game as well. So definitely a lot of stuff to keep in mind here. It is only Wednesday. Thursday we'll have, of course, an update, and then Friday we'll have an update. We'll probably have game status. Saturday, they'll probably give us statuses for game status. My projection would be that based on Wednesday, I would say Woods doesn't play. I do think Havenstein will play. I think Kobe will play. I think Nopum will be active. He won't be starting. I think Gallimore will be held out another week just because it's a neck injury. I'm not thinking that, he's going to be able to go. I think they just want to hold him out, make sure he's 100%. You never want to mess around with the neck injury issue or anything like that. KT Leveston, this is a guy that I think they're very excited about long term. And I think he is going to play. Now, he's not going to start, but I think having him as depth on an offensive line that has had its fair share of injuries this year makes a lot of sense. On the Eagles side, you have Britton Covey, the wide receiver, shoulder, full participant there. He's the return guy. Nakobe Dean from Georgia, the linebacker, has a groin issue, limited participant. I think Covey plays, obviously. I think Dean is going to play. They ruled out Bryce Huff for the foreseeable future. He's going to get a procedure done on his wrist. This is a big-time signing. This was the guy to replace Hassan Reddick, who went over to the Jets. And Bryce Huff is a fantastic pass rush specialist, but the issue here is that he's just really been bothered by injury all year and kind of playing through it, dealing with it, having a club. So they won't have him. They already ruled him out, essentially, saying he's going to get that procedure done, and it's going to be until like late in the year that he comes back. Jalix Hunt, the linebacker, he has an ankle, did not practice. I don't think he's going to play. So you have Huff and Hunt, who likely won't play. Covey and Dean, I think, do. Jalen Hurts is limited with an ankle. Of course, he'll play. Devontae Smith, hamstring, did not practice. Definitely keep an eye on that. Those hamstrings can be a little tough. I do think it could affect, his game in general. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, but currently did not practice. I would say he plays, but I would say maybe he doesn't look like Devontae Smith. And Milton Williams, who's been, kind of an important guy in the trenches there, dealing with a foot, did not practice. We'll see if he plays. My feeling is that he's going to play. So those are the game statuses. Really how I see it is this. I think the good news is there is a chance here that Rob Havenstein is going to play this week. We knew ahead of time he wasn't going to play the Dolphins game. We knew pretty quickly he wasn't going to play the Patriots game. It sounds like he's nearing, he's getting closer. Now, not practicing Wednesday, it is a little bit of a blow, but you have to understand this is Rob Havenstein. He's been in the league since 2015. It doesn't necessarily mean that he won't play just because he didn't practice on a Wednesday. A guy like, say, Charles Woods, who probably needs those practices a little bit more as a rookie, that's a little bit more telling. So, we'll see what ends up happening there. I think really the big story here is that KT Leveston is going to likely be activated to the 53-man roster, and that's an exciting thing. I really think he's got a quality skill set. Keep in mind, when the injuries were happening, and there were a lot of injuries, you have to think about this for a sec. Nopum, injured. Alaric, injured. Left tackle was up in the air. Did you know that KT Leveston actually played left tackle quite a bit during camp? So you have that depth where a guy that can play left tackle, he can play guard. I just think he's going to be very valuable for this team as a depth piece. And who knows, he could end up being another Bo Limmer where he gets an opportunity and just kind of runs away with it. I mean, who knows at this point? This draft class looks absolutely insane. So, give credit where credit's due there. But interesting news. I didn't mention it. I think I mentioned it in a previous video. By the way, Logan Bruss was picked up by the Titans. That's old news. That's not actually news. That's olds. But the news is actually Jerron Christian got picked up off the Rams practice squad. He was elevated to the Rams active roster, game day roster for this past game against the Patriots. And the Browns actually just claimed him. So he's gone. I not claimed him, but signed him off the practice squad. So he's gone. So that does leave a practice squad spot open. Honestly, with how not quick the Rams have gone about, replacing him, it almost kind of tells me that they really weren't anticipating losing him. But, that's neither here nor there. We're going to see. The only roster move essentially was that KT Leveston, was activated, right? They also terminated the practice squad punter, Ty Zentner. I feel for the guy, but I get it. They were worried about Ethan Evans. He was dealing with an illness, wasn't able to punt, and Zentner filled in well. So, bummer for him. I hope he finds a job somewhere. but they did end up doing that. So we'll see what ends up happening. I think right now going into this game, the Rams have to feel really good about where they're at. If they can get Havenstein back, great. If they can get KT Leveston back, then they're looking at a really nice depth-filled room there. Keep in mind, it is fair, okay? It is very fair to temper expectations on KT Leveston. This is somebody that got no preseason, okay? So I'm not exactly trying to throw him into the fire. Then again, Jared Verse got no preseason and, went on to look like, one of the best pass rushers in the league day one. But that's just how that went. So, yeah, should be a very, very, very interesting game. A lot still left to talk about. I leave for LA on Friday, 7 a.m. I'll probably get there around noon. And then I think, at that point, we'll look to make some content when I get settled in the hotel. So maybe a live stream, something like that. But those are my plans. I'm going to keep making content here, of course, while I'm still here. But those are my plans. So Friday is going to be a travel day, but I get in so early because it is, of course, a 3-hour. I'm like nullifying 3 hours instead of being on the East Coast, be on the West Coast. I don't have to tell you guys. But it's going to be a travel day, but I'm still planning on trying to get some content done. There's still work to do, right? So I'm really excited for this weekend. Can't wait to see you guys all. And again, be sure to check out the RWO tailgate. That is where I will be. In addition to that, if anyone's going to the LA Lakers game on Saturday night, would love to meet you there. I really feel like I'm just going to pull the trigger and buy a ticket. I really want to see this team. I've never had a chance to see the Lakers. I've never had a chance to see the Kansas Jayhawks in person. Those are the two teams I've never had a chance to see. I saw Vegas. I've seen, the Vegas Golden Knights. I saw the New Jersey Devils quite a bit. I've seen the Rams, obviously. This will be the 10th time I'm seeing the Rams. They're 7-2 all time when I see them. I've seen the Yankees. But yeah, I've never seen Kansas football, Kansas basketball, and I've never seen the Lakers. So it'll be cool to check that box off of my list. And I've never gone to Staples Center before, so that will be cool. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below or DM me at JK Bogan, all social media. And I'll catch you guys next time. Be sure to check out today's sponsor, BetUS. Don't forget, YouTube 150 and to bet responsibly. Take care, folks. Later. Just want to let you guys know that we are doing all 22 live breakdowns every single week, Rams football related, over on Kick exclusively. That's kick.com/JKBogan if you want to get in on the action. And if you want a little something more than just football, I also do gaming streams as well. So check that out. Link is in the description and hope to see you there. Do you love talking about the Rams, the NFL, or just want to be a part of a community? Join my free Discord server today. We're over 800 members. We got 24/7 live chat, a level 3 boosted server, the ability to call into JE Live, playing online games with us on Kick streams, toggleable alerts for when I go live on YouTube or Kick so you don't miss a live stream, and exclusive giveaways. Click the link in the description, the comments section, or the link that comes up in the video to learn more and join today.